So to create a zero size seating sign, the ones that you kind of see at weddings and engagement parties, that sort of thing, is pretty straightforward. So the paper size that you use is A0. That's the big sign that you've got there. If you go A0 wedding seating plan, you can probably find something which is similar to kind of what you're probably after. And also A0 is that nice big size that you've got there. And you can have this in portrait or landscape, but I've seen this mainly in a portrait setting for the most part. So yeah, it's like a nice version of it, just depending on the aesthetic that you're after. So for example, we'll keep it simple. We'll kind of go for something like this. So you've got your arrangement, and it's got like a nice hanging ornament and an actual frame or a hinge or something to put it on. It's pretty straightforward. So A0 paper size 841 by 1189. So we'll just hit create a design and just go to custom. So 849 by, I think it was 1189. Okay, so 849 by 1189, or 841, sorry. And then create. So this is what you can take to your printer and get it printed off basically once you've exported it as a PDF. So yeah, so again, you can go in the templates window, type in wedding seating. So they generally have a few template options to sort of pick from. I like the more minimal style because that I think is kind of in, and allows you to decorate the sign a bit more rather than the decorations being on the invite, which I think is a nice way to kind of do it. I did like this first option up here, which is quite nice. These are all selectable using the premium Canva Pro account, but yeah, obviously keep a lookout because most of these are on the paid account. If you do want to use like a trial version, you can do it and revert back after you're sort of done. And there you go. So this is where you can kind of edit your tables, and each one of these text boxes are obviously individual names, but if you want them to be separate names and kind of choose, pick and choose, just make sure you've got to create a new text box for each name. For example, I'm going to copy that, and then yeah, so on and so forth. So you've got different names to sort of put here. Okay. So just remember that when you are doing something like this. So yeah, so our favorite people. So say for example we don't really want this centered style design. We'll do this, and then we'll left align it. Oh, sorry, right align it, and sort of bump this up. Obviously these are separate elements here, but you can change these up as you wish, and then move this up. And yeah, if you're not happy with the fonts, I personally like this font. Maybe this font, not so much. Maybe we can try Montserrat again this time to keep that like minimal font consistent. And then obviously you can change all of these to Montserrat. It just depends what you want, depending on the design. If you want something that sort of matches this, I would suggest going off a template and then editing it to what you're kind of after. So I'll minimize that, and then with the background I'll change it to maybe black, or even that forest green or a gradient that I had previously if you want to do something a little bit more nicer. But I think for the most part, like creams or beige seem to do quite well. Even orange. Do something different. And I have seen like a bright orange for inspiration. You can do something lighter, something around there. And this is where you can decide to either change all your text to white or to black. So you got to keep that in mind also. Alright, so that's how you kind of change the color. With any objects, click on the object, hit this ring, and then change the color here. It's a nice clean like summery vibe. So if the wedding or the event is happening in spring, you can obviously change the color to that. It's a little bit hard to read, so I'd probably say leave it as black, I reckon. Yeah, and then again, if you have the other elements or objects, go to scroll up. If you scroll down, always remember scroll up, go elements. You can go maybe, let's say you want to go like sun, maybe drawing. We'll see what this comes up with. Something summary, but like minimal and a bit more modern. So maybe something like this, potentially. Yeah, there you go. There's some good ones in there. So always remember, you can keep referring back to this window and kind of use something similar to what you're after. Canva will give you suggestions based off what you click. So just always remember that. This is quite nice. If this is like summer or spring or an event, depending on the time, keep in mind how you're going to decorate this externally as well. And then for this, just go Montserrat and then go regular, just so you can kind of read it, that sort of thing. Okay. I'm going to try something a bit different here. So I'm just going to try and tinker around with this a bit more, depending on the vibe that you're after. Just depends. See, this is kind of how you can edit things and make it a bit more original based off some of the elements. I did like a nice, cute, modern, like squiggle / drawing. Alright. Just depends what you're after. You can make your edits as you wish, but hopefully this kind of makes sense. Yeah, remember to rename your artwork as well. So A0, and then just go share and then download the content as you need as well. So PDF print, and I'll include the crop marks and then change the color profile to CMYK. Yeah, I'd highly suggest doing this on a premium account. You can do it on a trial version just to sort of see how it kind of works. So once you do open it, you've got your crop marks and your bleed around the artwork. But yeah, this is a bit more of a rough example. Hopefully it gives a bit more of a easy insight into how it kind of works. All that's kind of left up to you is going for what you're after in terms of aesthetic. So you can see there's so many cute little designs that you can sort of pick from here as well. Yeah, and just kind of seeing what you want and and playing around a bit more with it. Alright, let me know if you have any questions. If you need help designing something, let me know. I can always help with inspiration and helping you create something from scratch as well. Alright, any questions, let me know, and I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks.